Dow today up 631 points. The Nasdaq up 299. The S&P adding 75. I'm Tom Busby at Bloomberg.
41 degrees, sunny skies. The news continues now at 4:31. The man charged in the murder of a Loyola University student is being treated for tuberculosis and has not appeared in court just yet. The story now from WBBM's Terry Keshner.
25-year-old Jose Medina was supposed to be in court over the weekend to face murder charges in last week's shooting death of 18-year-old Loyola freshman Sheridan Gorman, but he was hospitalized, leading to a possible Monday hearing. The Cook County State's Attorney's Office now says Medina has tuberculosis, and so the case was continued to this Friday for a detention hearing if Medina is able to be there. The Department of Homeland Security says Medina is a Venezuelan migrant who has been living in the U.S. illegally. Terry Keshner, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A house fire in northwest suburban Mundelein claims the life of a 4-year-old this morning.
Firefighters from multiple departments rushed to the 2-alarm fire where photos and video show a home left badly damaged. The fire is reported to have broken out in a neighborhood southwest of Maple Avenue and Lake Street. Investigators have not said what sparked the blaze, and there's no word yet on whether anyone else was injured. Sarah Herrera, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A suburban teenager from Venezuela looking for asylum with his father in suburban Glen Ellen is in limbo. It comes after a check-in was reportedly delayed by, among other things, the deployment of ICE officers to O'Hare International Airport.
Stephen is going home.
Chicago Congresswoman Delia Ramirez arrived late to an event here because she was with the autistic 14-year-old known as Stephen and his father for a check-in with immigration authorities.
He crawled up like a child, covered his face and covered his ears. He was so afraid.
Agents detained Stephen and his father for weeks in Texas last year after they crossed into the U.S. seeking asylum and a reunion with Stephen's mother in Glen Ellen. Ramirez says the family's paperwork is still in Texas, and this latest hearing was delayed more than 2 hours because ICE personnel had to be brought back from O'Hare.
What they were wanting to do was to take them. I think they don't have capacity because they've deployed everyone to the airport.
Ramirez says Stephen stopped eating and struggled with loud noises during his confinement. How's he doing now?
Deeply traumatized, but trying to get back to normalcy.
And facing a new check-in next month. We're in the loop. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9. WBBM.
Well, the shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security is at risk of shattering the record for the longest ever funding lapse for any federal agency if President Trump and congressional Democrats can't strike a deal this week. The latest now from CBS's Nicole Killian.
No talks are scheduled today between the White House and Democrats on Homeland Security funding. A source familiar with the discussions tells CBS News the White House turned down a meeting today with a group of Senate Democrats. This after a pair of bipartisan talks with border czar Tom Homan on Capitol Hill last week. Homan told reporters Monday he'll meet again with lawmakers if the president wants him to.
At the same time, President Trump has sent ICE agents to airports across the country, including here in the Chicago area, to help unpaid TSA workers. About 75 agents have been deployed to O'Hare. WBBM witnessed some of the officers watching security as long lines of travelers move through at least Terminal 2. Mayor Johnson says ICE will be doing things like monitoring exit lines and making announcements so TSA agents can focus on screening. Well, New York City's LaGuardia Airport is back open and operating after a deadly crash last night.
The pilot and co-pilot of an Air Canada jet were killed and dozens of passengers injured when their plane struck a fire truck on the runway while landing at New York's LaGuardia Airport late Sunday night.
Truck 1 and company crossing 4 Delta. Frontier 4195 to stop there, please. Stop, truck 1, stop. Stop, truck 1, stop. Stop, truck 1, stop.
That was LaGuardia Air Traffic Control, courtesy Live ATC. Video shows severe damage to the front of the plane with cables and debris hanging from a mangled cockpit. Nearby, a damaged fire truck lay on its side. Officials say the Jazz flight from Montreal had 72 passengers and 4 crew. The fire truck was traveling across the runway to respond to a separate incident aboard a United Airlines flight that had reported an issue with odor. Julie Walker, New York.
Well, President Trump extended the deadline for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The president threatened to attack Iranian power plants within 48 hours if Tehran does not comply. CBS's Aaron Navarro tells us
that guy just walked across the sidewalk, endangering everybody as he's walking, and now he's inside that Chick-fil-A messing with people.
Exactly the U.S. is talking to in Iran, though
I'm watching him right now. He's messing with people in that Chick-fil-A.
We do know that President Trump said that talks will continue today, that it was Steve with
It's dangerous downtown, man.
goes as they have for many of the foreign conflicts for President Trump in the Middle East.
The Iranian state media, though, has denied that any talks are taking place. Well, the International Energy Agency says that the current energy crisis is worse than previous of all crises back in 1973 and 1979. Details from CBS's Jason Brooks.
IEA Executive Director Faith Parole told media in Australia that in those two crises, the world lost about 5 million barrels per day, while as of today, the world has lost 11 million barrels per day in the current conflict with Iran, more than the prior two major oil shocks put together. Parole says because of that, the global economy is under major threat and no country will be immune. The IEA says at least 40 energy assets, including oil fields, refineries, pipelines, and gas facilities, have been severely or very severely damaged across 9 countries in the conflict.
One major fear is that the war could knock out oil and gas production in the Middle East, which would mean high prices could last a while and cause inflation to rip higher around the world. It's 4:36.
Puccini's Madama Butterfly returns to Lyric Opera of Chicago.